Yes, it is the little sheet. So it's kind of cool. They did a better job of their. You guys do a better job at your hybrid than the county.
Thank you. For the regular hybrid meeting of the
Recording in progress.
roll call, please.
Mayor Garnes,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnson,
Here.
Councilmember Carter. Here. Councilmember Wilson,
Here.
Councilmember Woodall,
Excuse.
City Manager Knox,
Present.
Chief of Police Connor,
Here.
Finance Director Dillingham, Community Development Director Caldwell, Water Superintendent Jensen, Wastewater Superintendent Taylor,
Here.
Management Analyst Sanborn. Thank you.
Thank you. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We did not have a closed session that was. We are going to move item P1, adoption of resolution 1533 to the front here before public comment, because ultimately we're going to do something.
Thank you, Mayor Garnes. So staff is going to pull item P1 for this evening. We didn't want to inconvenience anybody any more than they already have been. So we wanted to pull it up to the front to allow for the speakers to go ahead and give public comment for that item. But staff is going to pull that item. We have some more work to do, and I don't have the community development director here available tonight. So we will reschedule the item for the first meeting in May, which is May 3rd. As the council knows, our April 19th meeting is very full. So that will be our next available slot to address the issues here. The good news is obviously the taxes are not, are start July 1st. So there's not a real immediate issue or urgency to this matter, but May 3rd will bring this back for the council.
Thank you. And we will move to public presentations. This is the time for persons who wish to address the council on any matter not on this agenda and over which the council has jurisdiction. As such, a dialogue with the council or staff is not allowed under the Ralph M. Brown Act. Items requiring council actions not listed on this agenda may be placed on the next regular agenda for consideration if the council directs, unless a finding is made by at least 2/3 of the council that the item came up after the agenda was posted and is of an urgency nature requiring immediate action. Please limit comments to a maximum of 3 minutes. Welcome.
My name is Sean Studebaker. I own the green building over in the industrial park. I have a 10,000 square foot indoor. It wasn't included in these. I'm just starting to get this information in, and in these discounts on the square footage tax. And honestly, it's only $2 a square foot, and for everybody else, it's like we weren't included in these discounts, which we would like to be. But if the whole thing doesn't get passed, that's fine with us. So we do want to be included in the discussion and everything else. So that's why we're here.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Jesse Jeffries, I'm a stakeholder as well over there at River Park. Yeah, basically, all sectors of the cannabis industry are struggling, not just non-powered cannabis. So I'm asking the board, when they consider the tax reduction, one way or the other, to consider all the improvement costs that Sean and myself have incurred over there, as far as water lines, power, building, landscaping, operational costs, year-round employees. I know you're considering lowering the tax on the non-powered cannabis, but you know, they're not having to pack the infrastructure, I guess, that the indoor people are packing. And so it's either, in my opinion, I hope the board either levels the playing field or doesn't pass it at all. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any hands raised or emails? No hands raised, no emails? Then we will bring the public presentations to a close. Move to the consent calendar. If anyone on council wants to remove anything from the consent calendar? Hearing none, any hands raised or emails around the consent calendar? Thank you, guys. No, anyone? Okay, no. So their motion to approve the consent calendar.
I move to approve the consent calendar.
We have a motion, is there a second? We have a motion and a second, we vote. Motion carries 4-0. We'll move on to the item 0, special call items. Appoint 2 members of the city council to an ad hoc committee to participate in interviews for Rio Dell Chief of Police. Page 52 in our packets. Oh, I'm sorry. Just right over that. Staff update, page 42 in our packets. City manager.
Thank you, Mayor Garnes, members of the council. I apologize to the mayor. So we rearranged the agenda here a little bit at the last second and create a little bit of confusion. So the council will be pleased to hear that the bids for the 2022 asphalt street projects were received. As the council is aware, and awarded the project to GR Sunberg back on March 29th. We are currently in the process of going through the agreement with GR Sunberg and getting a return from them. So that is moving at very fast pace, which is a good deal. We have been working on providing additional information regarding the water capital improvement plan grant application with the water board. We have submitted the application to begin the official operation of the solar and battery project here at City Hall, so that the energy produced by the facility is able to be pushed back out into the grid. And we are having ongoing discussions with facade improvement project applicants. An exciting one coming up, a big one that looks like it was properly submitted and a good project that I think everybody's going to be really happy with coming up in the downtown. And we continue to have conversations with our local area experts in terms of the potential acquisition of a community forest type facility. Also not listed in the agenda is that, or in the staff update, the city did recently receive about $41,000 for sewer arrearages. So those credits are currently being applied to sewer accounts throughout the city. So in a similar manner to the water arrearages program. That was made available by the state government as a result of COVID. One other note, back on March 22nd, Mayor Garnes did attend a virtual meeting of the California Public Utilities Commission to give public comment regarding PG&E and the slow rate of updating critical energy facilities, not just in Rio Dell, but in Humboldt County. That's really becoming a major block to economic development projects, both in the city and in the surrounding county. So we appreciate that the mayor was able to provide that public comment. With that, I will return it back to the mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions for staff? Mayor Pro Tem Johnson.
No questions, Mayor Garnes.
Thank you. Councilmember Carter. No questions. Thank you. Councilmember Wilson.
No questions.
Thank you. Are there any, and I have no questions, any hands raised, any public comment, or any email? And we will bring this to a close. And now we will jump to page 52 in our packets, appointment of 2 members of the city council to an ad hoc committee to participate in interviews for the Rio Dell City Chief of Police. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I will turn it over to the city manager.
Thank you, Mayor Garnes, members of the council. As the council is aware, we have been in the process of soliciting applications for chief of police. We have received 3 qualified, at least on paper, applicants. And so we'd like to proceed with an initial round of interviews and involve an ad hoc committee of the council in that selection process. So again, an ad hoc committee would be 2 members of this council. I believe previously it was Vice Mayor Johnson and Councilmember Wilson, who were on the selection committee a few years ago for Chief Connor. And that is my recollection of that. And with that, I will return it to the council to see if there's anybody who would like to volunteer.
Thank you. The only person who has reached out to me prior to the meeting or who I had a conversation with was Councilmember Woodall, who would be interested in being on it. And I would like to be on it unless, you good, okay.
I wouldn't mind being on it, but I'll defer to you. So I was already on, so I would defer to you.
Thank you. So it'll be myself and Councilmember Woodall.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. Thank you. Now we will move to item 2. Adopt resolution number 1531-2022, declaring the need for continued in-person/hybrid meetings or resuming with virtual Zoom meetings in accordance with AB 361. City manager, do you need to, can we just jump?
Karen, do you want
Well, this is back before the council. We're required to bring it back every 30 days. So, and the council needs to make the finding whether the emergency still exists or if you feel confident to have open meetings. So it's just, this is required to come back to you every 30 days. So that's what we're doing.
Okay, do we need a discussion? Do someone just make a motion to carry on like we are? Or
I'd make a motion that we carry on with hybrid.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. Are there any hands raised, emails? You comment? Okay, then we'll vote, please. Motion carries 4-0. That now brings us to council reports. Mayor Pro Tem.
I have nothing to report, Mayor Garnes. Thank you.
Councilmember Wilson?
I don't really have a lot to report. I noticed on the news tonight that they do have they opened up today the CRB Redemption Center in Arcata. And it was their, I don't know if it was their first or second day, but they seem to be moving that along. They seem to have their act together. So there's that takes off some pressure off HWMA to keep dealing with that.
Are there lines around the?
Well, there was a discussion that if HWMA was gonna take it over or bring it back up or leave or stay out of it so that they wouldn't take the redemption away from the Canberra people so that they would be successful. And then it took so long, they were bringing it up in the meetings that we were wanting to say if they wanted to do it, but it wouldn't work. It really wasn't feasible for HWMA to do it. So I'm glad to see that it is working so people will be able to redeem their stuff. I think they're limited to 100 pounds a day if they bring it in. But anyway.
Thank you. Councilmember Carter?
Thank you. Last week, I went to a REDEC meeting. It was in person, very first one. So it was really nice to see everybody. This was a strategic planning session where we just kind of decided what we want to do for the next 5 years and things we want to focus on. There was a lot. This list is not exhaustive, but we had housing and healthcare and infrastructure and support for small farmers and anything, Michelle, if I'm missing things. It was a very long list. But yeah, just trying to kind of develop a 5-year plan for things we want to focus on economic development wise.
Excuse me, you guys.
Oh, I'm done.
There's no sound happening for your meeting, out into the bigger world.
Thank you.
And thanks, guys, sorry, so sorry.
The sound isn't working for the hybrid.
You didn't see that. You didn't see-
Don't take the compliment.
Well.
I'll hear it tomorrow from people.
We're done now, so.
Yeah, and that was my only report, so
You said,
we're done.
okay. And, well, I went to a Cal Cities meeting in Ukiah on the 25th. And basically, we just shared different information for the different cities in our Redwood Empire Division. Was no big news. I think Fortuna they talked about the release of the old Palco property. They talked about it without talking about it. They just let us know that something was in the works, and that was pretty much the most interesting news of our cities. So that was it. And they did a walk around Ukiah for their new streetscape, their gateway, and it's very pretty. I drove around to see it. I couldn't do the walking tour, but that was the event of the evening. So that's it for me. I was gonna go on record of wishing Nancy Kurtz a happy 94th birthday, but now she can't hear me. But that would be all I have. So is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
A motion, second. Meeting adjourned until May 3rd.
No.
No, April 19th. See, I just want to skip.
I was gonna say.
April 19th.
Right, or